Can you guys hear me now? I just tell me in the comments. Can you hear me? Because my camera or my excuse me just completely on mute that entire time, and I was just talking to myself. Thank you guys for letting me know. This is why we have our comments up, and also this is, we're live, guys. This is proof that live can go wrong in a billion different ways, or it can go so right. So I thank you guys all for still being here with me and letting me talk to myself for a couple minutes there. So I apologize. We are back. It sucks. I don't even know what you guys heard, so I don't want to necessarily start from scratch, but what we're going to talk about today, I'll go ahead and we're going to dive right in. It's already been 4 minutes of y'all listening to me, not listening to me. So let's go ahead and get in. Today, we are going to talk about how to build out a nurture email sequence. In last week's call, or in last week's live stream that we did, we talked about how to build a welcome sequence. Today, we are going to compound on that strategy and build a nurture sequence, okay? So basically what that means is we welcomed people, we got them here, and then from there, we are going to kind of thank them for being here, give them more value, figure out how to give them discounts, offer freebies, etc. So we are looking to build like a community, okay? So that's kind of the goal here when we're talking about nurturing. So now that I just basically did my spiel for 4 minutes and 30 seconds, we're gonna go ahead and jump right in because I don't wanna waste any more of your time today. Thank you so much for giving me the grace while we were live and it didn't work in my favor. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna do two things today. One, we just launched a new feature yesterday with EverBee email, brand spanking new, and we are going to talk about how to do that today. So it's something that no one else has seen yet. So literally no one except for you guys, okay? So that is what we are going to be doing today. First, I'm going to share my screen and show you exactly what that new feature is that is going to completely change the way that you I'm sorry, guys. I keep seeing it sounds like the sound is still cutting out. So let me know if because I'm keeping my comments up so I can make sure nothing's going wrong. Pull my mic over a little bit more. Let me know in the comments if you guys still can't hear me for whatever reason. Sophie said it's good, so I'm just going to keep going. So like I said, we're going to talk about the new feature that EverBee just launched yesterday. And from there, I'm also going to go ahead and show you exactly how I build my nurture sequences for my audience, as well as give you guys the exact prompt, just like we did last week, for how you can build your own. Okay, so we're going to do the exact prompt together, and then I'm going to show you, I actually did it this morning. I input the prompt that I built for you guys, and I'm going to show you exactly what ChatGPT built for me, just to prove to you guys that you can do this very quickly, literally in a matter of probably 10 minutes or less. So I'm really excited to save you guys some time today. Since I wasted your freaking time for the first 6 minutes of this call, I'm excited to give you 2 new game changers that are going to be able to save you time in the future, okay? So first off, let's go ahead and bring up my screen. By the way, if you guys have been with me on these calls every week, you knew that I was struggling to figure out how to share my screen each time. We figured it out. Look how seamless that was. Thank you guys for giving me grace over the past 6 weeks to figure out how to do that. So the first thing that we are going to do is jump into exactly what the new feature is, okay? So in EverBee email, and if you don't have EverBee email, by the way, I went ahead and added that to the comments. So scroll up to the top of the comments on this video. You'll be able to join EverBee email completely for free and be able to email up to 500 subscribers for free. What we are going to talk about today, however, is going to show you if you have the growth plan or the business plan, you're going to need one of those in order to kind of expand on what we're talking about today. But I'm excited to show you what you can do in the hobby plan. Robert just asked, do I use the free version of ChatGPT? Heck yeah. If you ain't got to pay for it, it's for me. If it's free, it's for me. So yes, I do not pay for ChatGPT whatsoever. It is just about the prompts that you give. Again, if you guys know me, I call him Charles because I talk to Charles every single day. So it is about what you give Charles is what you're going to get. So I'm excited to show you what I give him that you guys can start giving him soon. But first and foremost, let's talk about this. So when you are in the subscribers tab of EverBee email, you used to see just the people themselves. This is a mock email example, so it's obviously you only see 2 people here. But yours theoretically should have a bunch of subscribers here. You'll also see what kind of emails were received, opens, what's their status, if they're active, unsubscribed, etc. But what I'm excited to show you today are these 2 babies just got brought in 24 hours ago. This is going to completely change the way that you do email marketing with EverBee. This is like standard for email marketing to have the ability to segment out your list and speak to very particular people in very particular ways. And now EverBee is doing that hard work for you. So you can see here, I went ahead and just made 3 different tags that I can put my people under for my business. So my Etsy shop. So I sell mock-ups and size charts for Etsy sellers, Etsy resources, and online business owner resources as well. So I decided to go ahead and build out these 3 different tabs based on what someone purchased from me or what I want them to purchase from me, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second, because I wanted to be able to speak to these 3 different people in a different way. In my opinion, you shouldn't be sending out the exact same email to someone that buys a wooden charcuterie board to someone that wants to buy a, let's say, wooden shelf for your closet or something like that. Like that might not be the exact same person. Or maybe your niche, let's just use wood decor again. Let's say your niche also has some sub niches like wedding, wood for wedding. Let's say wood for teachers. You wouldn't necessarily want to be sending the exact same email to a teacher that you'd want to send to a bride, right? That's where these tags and these segmentations are going to come super in handy, okay? So what we're going to do is basically you're going to see, obviously I have 3 different ones, but you can at any time come over here as long as you have EverBee email now. You can click add and click create tag. So in this case, click create tag. And let's just say EverBee test, for example. You can click save changes and it will now be over here. So that was really easy. That was a simple tag that we can add. Another thing that we can add is list now. So we used to only have subscribers and people who had unsubscribed. In this case now, we have the ability to build out more list that you can put people under as well. So not only are we going to be able to segment people out utilizing the tags that we're creating, but we can also segment out now based on list. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this in a second, but a quick example of how I would do this is previous buyers who want freelancer resources. I now am talking to those 2 people that qualify under those 2 qualifiers with the email that I construct. So I hope that makes sense as to like why this is so important, okay? In order to make a list, it is the exact same concept. We're going to go ahead and click add new list, and it's going to ask you immediately to add people to the list. So of course you can edit this at any time as newcomers come in. What I will say is everybody will automatically go to subscribers. Everybody that gets onboarded through whatever you make, all of the landing pages you have, which we're going to go over in just a second how to use. You're going to be able to do all of that here. And of course, if they unsubscribe, they're going to go there. But now we have the ability to, from the subscribers list, pop them into different lists. So I would probably say on let's say a weekly basis. If you want to be crazy like I am and do it daily or every 2 days, by all means, that's up to you guys. But weekly, I think, is a very standard, normal, healthy cadence to make sure that people that are on this list go to the other ones you want them to go to. Okay, so quick example, add new list, come up here and change it to EverBee test. And then we're going to select this person, save changes. Now you're going to be able to see on the list section, I have one person as a prospect, one person as a past buyer, one person under this new one we just built for EverBee test. Okay. So before I move in to anything else from there, I want to take a quick pause because that was really freaking cool and I'm very excited for this new feature. This is something that, like I said, in my normal, when I manage my clients' email marketing campaigns, this is normal to have segmentation so you can speak to the right people with the right message, and in your guys' case, with the right products. So I'm very excited about this. I want to head to the questions or the comments real fast, see if there's anything you guys want me to address right now. If not, I'm next going to jump into how to build out additional landing pages. So someone asked me a question earlier this week within our Facebook group. How do you actually get the subscribers? So Leslie's teaching us how to do a welcome sequence, how to do a nurture sequence, why it's important to segment out, list, etc. But like, how do I get the subscribers in the first place? I'm going to show you guys a new feature that we are going to, oh, Hannah actually just asked, sorry if this is a silly question. How do you get subscribers? Girl, I got you. We are about to jump right into that again with a brand spanking new feature that EverBee just dropped yesterday. So let me scroll up through these comments real fast, see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Oh my gosh. Yes. Unicorn bass. I'm assuming it's bass. I'm assuming you're not talking about a fish princess. You're talking about a guitar princess, but who knows? Correct me if I'm wrong. Unicorn Base Princess says, if you're wanting to include more update info, the Microsoft Copilot through Bing is a really, really good option outside of ChatGPT. I completely agree. I actually just used that myself this morning too. What I will say though, is I use Bing for keywords. Because again, like Unicorn Based Princess said, it is the most updated information. So it's like ChatGPT, I want to say is like 2 or 3 years ago as it relates to SEO keywords. However, Charles is very, very equipped to build out this nurture sequence, this welcome sequence based on the prompt that we're going to give him. So for today's purposes, we absolutely can use ChatGPT, or we can use the Microsoft Copilot, whichever platform makes the most sense for you. All right, let's see. Great idea, Denise. She said, I use ChatGPT to describe the listing itself and for sales pitches on social media. Very, very smart. I love that. See if there's anything else that I am missing. Hannah said you read my mind. Perfect. Cool. Yes. So someone asked, can I repeat what the Microsoft tool is? If you scroll up in the comments of this video, you should be able to see it, but it's called Microsoft Copilot. And literally it's just Bing. So B-I-N-G. It's Bing's search engine and search engine's answer to ChatGPT. It's the exact same concept. It's basically just Bing is a little more updated in the here and now because it's a search engine already. So it's actively searching what it already would. So you can simply just go to bing.com, type in your question or whatever your prompt is. It should be able to do that as well. So like I said, for today's purposes, ChatGPT is perfect simply because it's going to be long. I'm not going to lie. We're going to go over a lot from what the prompt should look like. So I would recommend using ChatGPT for today's purposes. But for anything else, obviously jump into Gemini with Google or Microsoft Copilot with Bing to see which of the 3 platforms makes the most sense for you guys. Okay. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and come back where we were a second ago. All right, let's see. So what we're going to do now is we have added our list. We've added our tags. We know we want those things there. The next thing we can do and why we did these things in the first place is when you can come to a campaign and assign it to those people. So I went ahead and made an example today for you guys to see exactly what I would do. So as you can see, it is 2 prospective buyers who want freelancer resources. So to list and tag. Okay. So I hope that makes sense how I did this. Or why I did this. I'm going to show you how in a second. Then I got my subject line, my preview text, whatever. They can click on the link, blah, blah, blah. So this is just a little like example of what I did, who is targeting those exact people. So again, I am trying to incentivize or entice prospective buyers with a 70% off coupon. And I also am talking to freelancers who want these resources. That's one of my segmented audiences. So of course, I'm going to provide them with things that make sense for them. If I was selling wood decor to a wedding or a bride or someone who's gifting something for a wedding, these would be very different, obviously. So I want you guys to see why that's important. How you guys can do this is simply come to click new campaign in the right-hand corner. Choose which one you want. Do you want a single or an auto? By the way, if you do not know the differences between single and auto campaigns in EverBee, go to our YouTube channel. I just posted a video about 15 or so minutes long, going super in depth as to how to create both of these from scratch and why you would want to use them. So if you guys do not know how to, go watch that first. I don't want to spend any time building that out again today, but whichever one you want, you can click start from scratch, and then you'll see the 2 line is really what we're focusing on now with this new EverBee upgrade. So you can click this little button. What it used to say was subscribers only. So it was only going to current subscribers. We didn't have any other options to send out or to segment out to new people. In this particular case, all you have to do is type in which one you wanted to see. So in this case, one of my list is prospective buyers, previous buyers. So let's just choose previous as an example. And you can click save changes and just talk to people who have bought from you in the past. Or again, if you want to niche down on your buyers or potential buyers even further, again, we can come here and select the tag as well. So this new email that I'm building is going to go to people that have previously purchased mock-ups or size charts from my business. Okay. So I hope that makes sense, but that's exactly how to do it. And you can click save changes and begin building out your new campaign directly related to those people. Okay. The last little step I wanted to show you guys today is we are also going to be able to, someone asked me earlier, Hannah asked me earlier, how do I get the subscribers? Like, all of this is cool, Leslie, but like, where's the people at? Let me show you. So if you go to the grow tab, and I did this very intentionally today, guys, by the way, I didn't want to go, tab by tab by tab, because there's a reason why I got here. And it means like you need to start with the subscribers, build out your segmented list first, build your campaigns, and then send people to them. Okay. So that is a very intentional reason that I went the way that I did today. Okay. So with that said, what we used to have, which I'm very excited to finally show you guys, what we used to have is one landing page offer. So a landing page is, I hope you guys can see this. Let me actually switch my screen real fast. There we go. Okay. So what a landing page is basically this guy right here. Nothing crazy. It literally just calls out the person you're trying to talk to, tells them what they're going to get, gets them to sign up for your, your subscribers list in full. And then you have them now and you own them, and Etsy doesn't own them anymore, and you can start retargeting them. Okay. So what we're going to do a little differently today that I'm very excited about is now with the growth page, or excuse me, the growth subscription, you guys have the ability to create up to 10 landing pages. If you have the hobby plan, you can only do one. So we're just going to have to stick with this one if you're on the hobby plan. If you've been looking for a reason to advance or upgrade to the growth plan subscription, this is your reason. If you didn't have a reason before, if you weren't being able to see the keywords you wanted, have more searches, if those weren't compelling enough, this will be, because now we are going to be able to talk to different buyers on different products every single day while you sleep. Like, you don't have to do anything once you make this. EverBee's going to do it for you. Okay. So the first one we already saw was the original that went to every subscriber. Now I'm going to show you guys 2 additional ones that I built today. All right, let me make sure you're looking at the right screen. Yep, we are. Okay. All right. So get updated when we add new blank to the shop. So I am calling out a very particular person based on the product that I am showing. So I will show you guys exactly what I mean in a second. Sign up to be the first to know when a new resource drops and qualify for exclusive discounts. That could be the exact same sentence for all of these, or you can flare this up, make it your own, whatever. What's most important here, though, is this guy right here. So what can we do to call them out for who they are, what their problems are, what they're looking to buy from us, etc.? Another example really fast is, there we go. Sign up for 15% off today and be notified first when we drop blank. So whatever your other product is, whatever your other niche is, etc. So what I want to show you guys today is you have the ability to make one of these down here. I'm showing the wrong screen. Hold on one second. Sorry. So you guys have the ability to create these product images that can be pushed to Etsy by simply clicking that button. You can push it over to Etsy. So what would be really, really smart of you guys is, let's say this one is for people who want wood decor in the wedding niche. This one is for people who want wood decor just for their home. So they're more like family oriented. And this person is actually looking to buy wood decor for their business. So let's say you're talking to those 3 different types of buyers, which, by the way, need 3 different types of messaging as well. So on each of those individual listings, for each of those individual products, for each of those individual types of buyers, we now have a QR code and a landing page link built directly for them, speaking directly to them. And then once we start getting those subscribers, you guys were smart enough to start building a campaign directly speaking to each of those individual people. So this is going to allow you the ability to not only get the subscribers based on what they are interested in buying from you, especially if, let's say, you sell digital downloads, print on demand, and handmade items for whatever reason in your shop. Those 3 people need to be spoken to differently through your email messaging. So why not go ahead and do the work now to get them on those 3 respective different subscriber lists and start communicating with them in the way that they need to be communicated with? Or maybe you have something where, you offer a 70% discount on this item or this, collection of items because it's a digital download, it's a little bit cheaper of an option. And then you only offer 10% coupons on these handmade home decor items. Don't send both of those coupons to both of those people on one email through one list. What we're going to do instead is, now we have 2 segmented lists. We have 2 landing pages where we collected those people appropriately. And now we have the ability to give them each their respective coupons. Okay. So I hope all of that makes sense. Like I said, that is the new features, which I said feature earlier. It's technically like 3 or 4 features, but brand spanking new things that you guys, because you joined this live today, are hearing about first. And I cannot wait to see how you use them. Okay. Let me go ahead and head to the comments real fast so I can make sure that I'm addressing any questions that you had about what we just talked about before I dive into how to build your nurture sequence. Now that we know how to have these landing pages built, how to build out the new tags and segmented list, we know how to build a welcome sequence from last week. So we are going to tie it up in a beautiful little bow with a nurture sequence today. But like I said, let me jump into the comments first. All right, let's see. Someone said, so Vicky asked, to clarify, we are still not allowed to add people to a list at will, meaning they need to choose to subscribe on their own. Yes, that if you hear nothing on this call, hear that. You have to have someone opt into a list, or you are breaking a lot of laws. First of all, you're breaking Etsy terms of service, but you're also breaking like can spam laws, which can get you in federal trouble. So we do not want to do that. Make sure you look it up and see what makes the most sense for you and your, obviously, where you're living. But we cannot just simply add a random email to our subscribers list without them opting in. 100% that is the answer. However, let's say you were utilizing a different email marketing platform before you decided to use EverBee email. For example, I was using another platform that I won't mention on here, but it's another Etsy-based email marketing platform. And I was able, because my subscribers opted in to receiving messages from my shop, I am able to then transfer them from my old platform to EverBee, but only if they first started by opting in to receive messaging from me. If that is the case, you are golden. If that is not the case, you need to get them to opt in first. And we made it easy by building those landing pages for you, okay? Let's see. Sophie said, do you really only leave the coupon on for one day? Oh my God, that's such a good question. It is a part of my marketing plan. I do this in my own business. I do this in my Etsy business. I do this for my social media marketing clients. Urgency and scarcity is two of the highest ways to get someone to convert fastest. So I always, every single week, I have a 48-hour, like it only lasts 48 hours, flash sale on certain products. However, it's probably going to regenerate or change, or it's still going to exist in some form on day 3. And then I do it again for 48 hours. So in the example that I used a second ago, where we had 70% being the coupon, yes, that is truly only, in my personal marketing plan, truly only alive for a couple hours, not even a full 24 hours. I have it for 7 hours or for 2 hours, whatever it may be. So yes, if it's as big as that, I want to incentivize people that this is a one-time offer. It's only happening from this time to this time, whatever. And I usually will do that once bi-weekly. You can obviously make whatever plan you want, but yes, if it's that big of a discount, or if it's that big of a buy one, get one, or something of that nature, I am doing it for a very set number of hours. All right, let's see. So someone also said, this pops up on our Etsy pages, question mark. Hannah, if you build out, when you're in EverBee email, if you build out one of those product images that is attached to that QR code based on the list you're trying to hit, you can click the little button on the 3 little dots that says push to Etsy. That image will be sent over to whatever Etsy products, or excuse me, Etsy listings you decide you want it to be on. So again, that's why we're making a couple different types of landing pages, because you can push to Etsy, this one to go to these listings only, this one to go to these listings only, etc. And once you do that, it will show up as one of the 10 images for that Etsy listing. Super good question. All right, let's see. So someone said, are landing pages more for personal business websites? No, you can absolutely at any time share the link to that little landing page where we are going to acquire these subscribers. You can pop that. Here's the places. I'll tell you where I have mine. I have my QR code in my banner on my Etsy shop. I have the link to the landing page in my announcement section. I have the link to my landing page in my about section. I have the link to the landing page in my message to buyers that Etsy automatically sends out immediately once they download or they purchase. So there are a bunch of different places that you can put the QR code as well as the link in all of these different locations. And the best part is, build one landing page if you want. You can build up to 10, obviously, with the growth plan. But let's say you build one landing page. You take that one link and you put it in all of those places I just mentioned. Now you have all these subscribers. You can do the manual work to go back into EverBee's back end and then add them to those segmented lists or those segmented tags. So if you just want to keep up with one link and not worry about all the other ones, you absolutely could as well. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, let's see. I think that, yes. Okay, so could you send the link via Etsy messaging to everyone who orders? Sure. I don't see why not. I think that's fine. Or, just like the goal would be to like get them not off of Etsy by any means, but get them also on the email plan. So yes, that works too. And it looks like Natalie's also giving you guys some articles to go through as well. Someone said, can I sort my subscribers list by past purchases to know what category to classify them? Such a good question. That is not currently something that we have in EverBee email yet. But what I was mentioning a second ago was the ability to manually do that. Now, if you're super awesome, way better than I am, and you're getting thousands of subscribers on a weekly basis, that manualness is going to get really daunting really fast. But if you're only working with, a handful, 10 to 25 subscribers on a weekly basis, you know what they bought. You can see in Etsy what they bought. You can see the email that's in Etsy that got transferred over, etc. So you should be able to manually segment them out should that be the direction that you decide to go. However, like I mentioned a second ago, you could also build out these individual landing pages, which will kind of pre-segment them for you. All right. Awesome. Carlos said he has around 400 people looking for an easy tool to start serving content. That's perfect. I love that idea. Let's see. Looking at the list of landing pages on EverBee, it's not clear which one is which. Okay, let's see what you mean together real fast. We're going to look at it together. Here we go. All right. So when we're in the campaigns, I completely hear you and I completely agree. I'm going to chat with my friend Assad, who is actually building this out for you guys and consistently making this better on a weekly basis. I hear you. I will chat with him and see what we can do to basically have like a name here, just like we would have a name for campaign. But if you don't know, kind of just like what I did, we can easily just click on it and see which one works. But again, let me see what we can do on the back end to make that even easier for you, okay? All right, so we are at around 10:35. So I want to make sure that I do not skip out on probably the coolest part of this call, other than obviously all of those new features we just chatted about. So if you guys are cool with it, I am going to jump right into how to build out your nurture sequence. Before I do that, I'm going to take a sip of my jasmine green tea. I didn't even tell you guys because you couldn't hear me for the first 4 minutes what I'm drinking for our coffee with EverBee today. But let me know if you guys are ready to go to part 2 of this. Drop part 2 in the comments for me real fast if you guys are ready to dive into that. And I will get started in just a sec. All right, I'm seeing some part 2s come up. Beautiful. Awesome, awesome. All right, seems like you guys are ready to go, which means so am I. So I am excited to share this. We'll make sure it's coming up on my screen. Okay. Also want to make sure that you guys can see this well, because sometimes when I expand these, you might not be able to see them as much as I want. So just let me know if you guys are not able to see my screen very well. But assuming you can, let's go ahead and dive into some examples of nurture emails. So we talked a little bit earlier about what nurture emails are. We want to, literally it's in the word nurture. We want to nurture. We want to cultivate. We want to build a community. We want to grow our like, know, trust factor, etc. Okay. So what I want to say here is there are plenty of other things that we can do, of course, but I have 11 to 12 that I like to use for, again, my own business, my clients' businesses, whatever. So a couple of examples here: tell them your origin story, share success stories, or obviously reviews as an Etsy seller from maybe your best sellers, or maybe things that aren't selling as well, but used to in the past, and you want to kind of ramp up the velocity for those. Bust a myth about what you do, share your most valuable content, etc. If you guys are in the Facebook group, if you're not, first of all, go join it. It's like one of my favorite places in the world. But if you are in the Facebook group, just like I did last week, after this live, I will go upload this to the Facebook group. I'm going to attach it to the live call stream. So we pin all of our live streams up to the featured section of the Facebook group. So you don't have to write all this down. I'm about to give you guys a lot of information. Don't worry about writing it all down. I will upload this for you, but I just wanted to make sure that we at least went over it, obviously, together here as well. Okay. So here's some examples. Then what I wanted to show you guys was, again, Robert said that I was like a novel writer last week. So I don't know if I write novels per se, but I write dang good chat GPT prompts is what I will say, okay? So what we did last week was creating a welcome sequence. We did a 5-part welcome sequence. Today, I went ahead and built you a nurture sequence prompt, which again, join that Facebook group. Natalie just put it in the comments of this video. That is where I will upload this PDF for you guys. You could literally copy and paste what I'm giving you, okay? For now, though, you'll see I am a niche, like whatever your niche is, seller on Etsy. I need you to create me a 10-part nurture sequence, blah, blah, blah. I want these things to build my like, no trust factor, set me up as the authority so I stay top of mind, etc. What I am asking ChatGPT to do for us today, I want Charles to build me a 10-part sequence. I want him to put it into a table so it's easy for me to digest and know exactly what I should be doing on a weekly cadence or a daily cadence, however you guys want to send these out for your business. He's going to build that out for us, tell me the purpose of the video, or excuse me, the email, the topic of the email. They're going to talk about the subject line of the email, etc. And then I went ahead and asked him to actually build these out for me. Okay. So first and foremost, here is the prompt. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did for my business and how you can take this prompt and do it for yours. Okay. So it's a little long. Bear with me. I am a digital product seller on Etsy who helps, as you can see, blah, 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 do what? Okay. So I put all that in there. I need you to, well, you can see I put weird words here. I need you to create a 10-part nurture sequence for my email subscribers, blah, 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 as the authority in online business education and resources. So they have me top of mind when they're ready to purchase my blank. I would like you to create me a table with 4 columns, and then I tell him what the 4 columns are, and have the 10 email examples created as rows for the table. I want to follow this structure. Tell them my origin story. As you can see, I popped my origin story in. Reviews from other happy customers. I let him know I'm actually going to insert these as images myself, but I need him to build the body copy of the email so that I can then embed the images. Another one, I want to tell a story related to how to blank, again, whatever your niche is, that resonates with that helps these people resonate with my brand. I want to do a freebie, etc. So you'll be able to see everything that is in bold, which again, I'm going to give you guys this PDF in a second. You don't have to read all these words now, but you can see everything that is in bold is me making the prompt work for my exact business, my exact target audience's pain points, etc. Okay. The last thing that I added that I didn't add to last week's sequence, and I wish I would have, is this guy right here. Do you have any additional questions for me before we get started? That is really, really important because I will say, I put this in after I tested this prompt, to be honest, okay? Because then he's like, yes, I have questions, okay? So that's something that I highly recommend. It doesn't matter what prompt you're using. Doesn't matter if you're using Copilot, if you're using Gemini, if you're using ChatGPT, like treat this like a conversation. Hey, Charles, I gave you a lot of stuff to do. Do you have any questions for me before you get started? Just treat him like a little friend, treat him like a coworker. He will ask you the right questions so that you can get the absolute best bang for your buck from these prompts, okay? And you're so right. Sophie said ChatGPT responds really well to asking if he has any other further questions. That is so true. He actually, I wish I had it up with me. I don't still have it now, but he asked me like the timing that I wanted to send these emails out. And I didn't even think to ask him that in the first place or tell him that. So yes, he does a really good job at asking you anything else he needs to perfect this strategy. Okay. So when I say perfect this strategy, this is what happened, guys. Okay. So example of I put my prompt in just like you guys saw. So all of these little black bold bullet points, if you will. He gave me this table, which is what I am going to help you guys build as well. Subject line for email, topic of email, purpose of email, and what call to action should I do in each of those emails. Okay. Obviously, a call to action for this, for you guys, could be buy the product. Or if all of this in the email resonated with you, you're going to want to buy this, whatever, right? So you can see mine look a little bit different just because I'm not like selling like physical products, but it's going to build this out for you. Okay. If you want to dive even deeper and making those CTAs as like product focused as possible, you totally can. All we would have to do is in the prompt where we say, let's see, where we say right here, CTA for email, we need to say a CTA that helps push my products and then list out 3 products. That's literally all you would have to change to be able to get different product focused, sales focused CTAs. But again, like we talked about, guys, this is a nurture sequence. So yes, you can soft sell throughout the nurture sequence, but the whole goal here is to be building that community, building their trust in you, giving them value. The way that I'm showing up, by the way, completely for free right now to give you guys an hour of my knowledge. This is a nurture email in itself. Okay. So that is exactly what I want you guys to think when you're talking about CTAs. From there, he also gave me all of these. So here is the subject lines and the preview text that you should use for each of these 10 emails that we're about to build together. And sure enough, he built me these 10 emails. I'm only showing you guys 4 today. But here's an example. Subject line, from 9 to 5 to 11,000, my unconventional journey. That is a really, really compelling subject line. Thank you, Charles, for writing it for me. Preview, discover the secrets behind my leap from blah, 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 whatever your first email is. Hey, blank, I hope this email finds you well. Wanted to take a moment to share a little about my journey with you. Like many of you, blah, blah, blah. Stay tuned for more tips, tricks, and insights on blank. Together, got this. So my first email, which by the way, happens after the high converting, awesome welcome sequence that we built for them last week. This is email number like 6 they're going to get that keeps me and my business and my offerings top of mind. Okay. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys, like I said, I'm going to pop this into the Facebook group. If you're not already in there, Natalie just gave you guys the link in the comments. Go join that group. If you are sitting here with me today on the replay, go and join that group because I'm going to upload this for you and you can literally take this and apply it to your business in less than 10 minutes. We did the hard work for you. Now you just have to go talk to your audience. What I will say as a caveat there really quick is if you haven't done the hard work of figuring out your target audience, figuring out their pain points, and figuring out how they need to be communicated with, this prompt will not help you. Okay, so I need you guys to do a little bit of homework for me and get down and freaking dirty with your target audience and your ideal consumers. What are they struggling with? Where else do they shop? What do they like to buy, etc.? If you don't know the answers to those kinds of questions, this prompt will take you hours to fill out because you haven't done that upfront work first. So that would be my absolute takeaway homework today. If you haven't done that, do that first. If you're a little bit ahead and you have done that internal work for your business, Congrats. You are obviously one step ahead, and you can take this prompt and immediately apply it to your business today. Okay. So with that said, I'm going to look at the comments and questions real fast, see if you guys have anything else for me based on the new feature that we talked about for EverBee email, or based on how to build out this nurture sequence for yourself. Please feel free. We got a couple more minutes left together. Drop them in the comments, or if you just have a question about Etsy, EverBee, e-commerce, that is what I am here for you guys every single week. Drop them in the comments really fast for me. I will make sure that I get to all of them before we get off the call today, okay? Let me come through a little bit. Aw, Sophie, thanks. She's always looking out for me. Thank you so much. That's really, really, really helpful. I really appreciate it. She was basically just telling everybody to go give the video some likes, especially if you're watching the replay. I would love to hear from you guys. Drop replay in the comments so I can personally reach out to you and say thank you for being here with us if you weren't able to join the live. Let me see if there's anything else. Oh, good question. So someone asked, how do you make sure the person gets a coupon code for 48 hours only? That is a really, really good question. Let me see if I can actually show you exactly how to do that in Etsy really quickly. Give me 1 sec. I want to make sure that I'm able to show that to you real fast. Let's see. I should be able to. Here we go. All right, this should work. All right, hold on. Let me share my screen really quick. Cool. All right, you guys should see what I see now. Here is exactly how to build out. We're going to do two different things today. We are going to build a promo code. So like we talked about with that 15% off coupon, the 70% off coupon, that is the promo code. Okay. Then we have run a sale, which is going to be your flash sales that can be applicable to anybody. Okay. So how we're going to do that is we're going to go ahead and click, let's just do run a sale first. You can click that. You can click percentage off. In this case, let's just keep it 25. We want it everywhere. There's no order minimum. You're going to put the dates. This is where the 48 hours comes in. We're going to put the 21st through the 23rd at 11:59 p.m. And then you can call it 48 hours only or something of the sort. You can click continue. Then you have the ability to say, do I want this to go to all listings or do I want this to go to select listings? In this case, let's click all listings. You can review and confirm, and you'll see that 48 hours only, 25% off discount will be live on all listings for your shop. Okay. That is one way to do it. The other way is to create a promo code, which is something you would actually give to people. So that's where the 15% off coupon for the landing page comes in handy. So let's just say, let's say 50. We're going to make this a little bit bigger. We're going to make it a little sweeter because we are thanking these people for joining our list, right? So let's call it 50. We don't really have any order total numbers needed. You can if you want. I'm not going to today. Then we can do March 21st and say no end date, because this is going to be a promo code. Okay. And you can obviously put an end date on it if you want to. In this case, I'm just going to say no end date. And then I can just close the promo code out if ever, whenever I want to. Let's call this one email 50 off. And then you're going to be able to see that exact thing come up right there. So you can then go in and apply it to, let me share my other screen. I'm really enjoying being able to choose these different screens by just clicking one button. So now whenever I have this tab, for example, they click subscribe, they can automatically be sent that exact link to my coupon for the 50% off. Okay. Hope that makes sense. All right, let's see. Okay, so someone said that they did know how to do that. So that was for anybody that didn't. Fantastic. But how do you, let's see, but you want to send that email automatically, right? And not have to change it all the time. So that's kind of where I was saying that run a coupon code is going to be really, really good for someone that like you basically don't want to change it. It's not something that you manually want to update every day. It's something that can literally go till kingdom come for your subscribers under whichever list you build. The promo code is going to be the way to go. To be honest, guys, like we talk about all the time, I want you guys to treat Etsy like an actual business with an actual marketing plan and an actual sales plan compared to just being an expensive hobby. So I literally manually do this every 2 days, every 2 to 3 days. So if you guys are not wanting to do the like manual route, that is totally fine. That's your business's decision. That's your marketing plan. That is egg salad. Okay. That is, I always say egg salad is in like, that's excellent. Okay. You have the full control over that. But if you're cool with being a little bit more manual, I do it every 2 to 3 days. Let's see. Someone also said, how do you make sure someone only uses a discount code one time? Oh my God, Julie, that is such a good question. I've actually run into this in the past. So what's going to happen is it's kind of hard, to be honest. It's a little hard to guarantee that from my experience. What's going to happen is when they click on that button, they are going to be able to be sent to your Etsy shop. And at the very top of the shop, it's going to say, Leslie has given you a 50% off coupon to use on your today, to your next purchase, whatever. The problem would be if someone got smart and kind of rude, to be honest, if they went into that original email and resubscribed, because by the way, they're going to have to do that if they want the coupon. That's the whole goal here, right? They're going to give so that they get. So they would have to resubscribe through that original opt-in email with a new email address to be able to get that coupon again. So it's someone needs to like basically take a couple extra steps to be a little shady, but some people do that. I will not lie to you. So if that's the case and you start to see that 1 or 2 people are doing that, just delete the promo code and make a new one. Very, very simple, just like I showed you within a couple seconds on Etsy today, okay? All right, let's see if there's anything else. That is a really, really good question, Carrie. I'm glad that Natalie gave you an article to look through. Highly recommend looking into that. Also, look up CAN spam requirements for your state / your country on Google. You're going to get the information you need. I do not feel comfortable providing that information on this call because I do not provide legal advice whatsoever. But I will say it could hurt you if you don't do certain things they require you to do. So go look that up for where you are currently living or where your business is based, okay? All right, let's see. Will that mess up the promo code offer for other subscribers if you delete the code? Very good question. The answer is yes, but the subscriber theoretically, so what's going to happen is like the subscriber should have already utilized that code. If they didn't, you can always go into EverBee email, go to subscribers under that list that subscribed up through that date that you deleted that code, send them all a quick email with the new code. It's very simple, guys. We are owning these people. We are communicating with them. We are growing a community of people that want to buy from us and that are willing and ready to hear from us. So if we deleted something and we're giving them a new code, like that's fine. They're going to be happy to receive that discount no matter what form it comes in. So that's just one way that we can kind of like hack that system. But again, I've only had this happen to me once ever in 3 years of doing this, where someone got a little rude and tried to use my coupon code multiple times. Literally only happened once in 3 years. So I don't think it's going to be an issue for you guys. But if it is, there are 2 different life hacks to overcome that. Okay. Let's see. It looks like, I think that's awesome, Carrie. Sweet. I love that you're going to go look at that for yourself because yeah, I'm not the one. I don't want to be in trouble for that whatsoever. So guys, I think that is all that we have for today. Of course, if you have any more questions, especially if you guys are watching the replay, drop it in the comments of this video. If you're watching this not live in the Facebook group, drop it in the comments of this video. I will see all of those comments and respond to you guys promptly. Go rewatch this if you need to. We went through a lot of really cool stuff today that I'm super excited to see how you apply to your business very quickly. So, like always, thank you guys for joining. I hope you got some tangible takeaways to help with your e-commerce journey today. And I will go ahead and get this PDF uploaded to the Facebook group very soon. And I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week and also weekend. Thanks, guys. Talk soon.